Have you ever thought about the exact moment your childhood ended? I mean, what if you could pinpoint it to a single day, a single event? Today, we're diving into a masterpiece of Meiji-era Japan, Ichiyō Higuchi's Takekurabe. It's this beautiful but oh so heartbreaking story about that fragile moment when childhood games just stop being games. And really, this one question is at the heart of the entire story. It's all about that invisible line we all have to cross, where the rules of play get swapped out for the rules of life. And, that often happens whether we're ready for it or not. The story kicks off with this line, and right away it just drops you into this world that feels both gorgeous and a little bit sad. And this great gate it mentions, it's not just any old gate, it's the entrance to a place that's going to define the lives of every single character we're about to meet. So, the children in Takekurabe live in a neighborhood that's literally on the border of Tokyo's infamous pleasure district, Yoshiwara. And when you live in the shadow of a place like that, well, you can never really escape its influence. It seeps into everything. Okay, so to really get what's going on, you have to understand Yoshiwara. Think of it like a city within a city. It was the official walled-off entertainment and red light district. It was a place of incredible glamour, for sure, but also just immense tragedy, with this super rigid social ladder that decided the fate of everyone connected to it, both inside and outside the walls. And you can see how the district's influence just bleeds into everyday life. The kids' games aren't just make-believe. They're actually mimicking the fancy rituals of the courtesans. The girls are basically raised knowing they'll probably end up in service, while the boys are pretty much expected to become the muscle or staff that keeps the whole place running. Their futures feel, well, they feel set in stone. And in a world like this, the kids don't just have friends, they have gangs. And these gangs are basically mini versions of the class divides and power struggles they see in the adults all around them. Right in the middle of this whole scene is Midori. She is the undisputed queen of the neighborhood kids. She's charismatic, maybe a little bit spoiled, and fiercely proud. She's right on that edge of becoming a woman, just full of life, but her future is already clouded by the path her older sister, who's a famous courtesan, has already taken. This rivalry is really the engine of the story. On one side, you've got Chokoshichi's side street gang. These are the working-class, rough-and-tumble kids. On the other side is Shōtaro's main street group, the kids of the richer merchants and moneylenders. It's a classic feud fueled by class, and Midori, being so popular, naturally falls in with the wealthier main street crew. And then you have Shinyo. He's the son of the local Buddhist priest, and he's a total outsider to all this drama. He's studious, gentle, he's just not part of the gang stuff. He's more of an observer, thoughtful and sensitive, and he has this quiet, unspoken thing for Midori. With all this tension just bubbling under the surface, you just knew it was going to boil over eventually. And the setting for this explosion is a local festival, a night that's supposed to be fun and exciting, but instead, it becomes the stage for a fight that changes absolutely everything. And it all happens so fast. It starts with a simple taunt. Chokichi and his gang show up looking for a fight. When Midori steps up to defend her friends, Chokichi just unleashes all his anger on her. And in this moment of pure rage, he rips off his muddy sandal and throws it, and it smacks her right on the forehead. This is the verbal punch that lands with the physical one. And Chokichi's insult isn't just some random name-calling. No, it's a weapon. It's sharp, it's cruel, and it's designed to remind Midori, and everyone else watching, exactly what her destiny is, a future tied to the pleasure quarter, just like her sister's. That muddy sandal is so much more than just dirt. It's a public brand of shame. It marks her with the very future she's trying to run from. In that 1 second, her power as the cool, carefree leader of the kids is completely shattered, and the harsh reality of her place in the world is thrown right in her face for everyone to see. After that night, nothing is the same. The game is over. Period. That one moment of public humiliation basically hits the fast-forward button, pushing all of these kids straight toward their adult lives. It's so important to remember who Midori was before this happened. She was the vibrant heart of the neighborhood, Loud, confident, and very much a kid, always organizing the games and being the center of attention. And after, this one line from the story just says it all. The shame from that night forces her to just disappear. The proud, loud girl is gone, and in her place is someone quiet, withdrawn, and resigned to her fate. Soon after she withdraws, there's a physical change, too. Midori's hair is put up in the Shimada style.
Now, this isn't just a new do. It was a hairstyle worn by young women, not little girls. It's this powerful, visual sign that she has accepted her destiny and is beginning to prepare for her life in Yoshiwara. Her childhood is officially, completely over.
So, in the story's final act, this once tight-knit group of kids just quietly drifts apart. Each one steps onto the path that society has already paved for them. There are no big, dramatic farewells, just these silent acceptances of what has to be.
Their paths split almost instantly. Minori stays in her home, getting ready for her future. Shōtarō, the rich kid, he just keeps on with his studies, getting ready to take over the family business. And Shinyo, our quiet observer, gets ready to leave for a seminary. His life is also set. The world that they all shared together has just fractured into pieces.
And this really leaves us with the story's biggest, most haunting question. For Midori and her friends, growing up wasn't about choosing who you wanted to be. It was about accepting who you were told you had to be. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much of our own lives are about choice and how much is just acceptance? The story ends on this one final, beautiful image. The morning that Shinyo is supposed to leave for the monastery forever, he leaves a single paper narcissus at Midori's gate. It's not a real flower. It's artificial. Maybe it's a symbol of a kind of beauty that just can't survive in their world. It's this unspoken, final goodbye to Midori and to the childhood they shared for just a little while, a silent nod to a connection that could never really be, and a reminder that sometimes the end of innocence is as quiet and as fragile as a paper flower left at a gate.